Hello class, Asmita teacher here. In our previous presentations, we have studied about adaptations in plants. In today's presentation, we are moving forward with adaptations in animals. To begin with the adaptations in aquatic animals, remember that as compared to terrestrial animals, the skin and body shape of aquatic animals appear to have undergone changes. Fishes have scales on the skin and fins on the body. The fins help the fish to navigate through the water. Their body tapers towards both its ends like a spindle. This shape helps them to swim easily along the water currents. The fish breathe with gills instead of a nose. They can absorb in or take in dissolved oxygen present in water with the help of these gills. Their eyelids are transparent. They have air bladders within the body to help them to float on the water. Just like the aquatic animals, there are some animals which can survive both on land and water. Let's see their adaptations. The frog and duck have webbed toes. They can use their legs like oars. The oars push the water behind and help the boat to move forward. Similarly, the webbed toes of the frog and duck push the water behind, and this helps them to move easily through the water. Water flows off the waxy feathers of birds like duck and water hen. Webbed toes, slippery smooth skin, and a triangular head help frogs to swim easily through the water. They can live on land as well as in water due to their ability to breathe through the skin in the water and using the nose and lungs on land. Whenever the frog is in water, it can breathe in dissolved oxygen through the help of the skin, and when it is on land, it can do the process of respiration with the help of the nose and lungs. The typical colors of a frog's back helps it to hide among the grasses, and this protects it from its enemies. Coming to the adaptation in forest and grassland animals. Carnivorous animals like the wild dog, fox, tiger, and lion have strong legs to run fast and capture their prey. They have claws and their canine teeth are sharp and pointed. This helps them to hold the prey tightly and tear its skin apart. Tigers have padded paws. This enables them to silently stalk their prey and capture it easily. Their prey won't come to know as long as the tiger comes quite near it to catch it. The eyes of predatory carnivores. Predatory animals are those animals which hunt in search of their food. Their eyes are located in front of their head. It helps them to spot their prey from a long distance. Compared to the carnivores, the eyes of the herbivores are below the forehead on either side of the head. This gives them wide angle vision which helps them to protect them from predators. Their legs are long and tapering with strong hooves which enables them to run fast taking long leaps. Their long and freely moving ears can receive sounds from long distances and different directions. Deer and black bucks have colors that merge with their surroundings. This also protects them from their enemies. Their teeth are strong for chewing the tough plant material. Considering the adaptation in desert animals, deserts are characterized by severe scarcity of water. Hence, desert animals have a thick skin to prevent loss of water from the body. Their legs are long with flat and cushioned soles. The nostrils are protected by folds of skin. The eyelashes are long and thick. All these adaptations protect the body of the desert animal from the severe heat and the sand of the deserts. Similarly, the rats, snakes, spiders, and lizards living in deserts live in deep burrows that are holes made inside the earth during daytime and are active at night. So, during the daytime, when the sun's heat is too strong, when the heat is too high, that time they remain hiding inside these holes and they become active only at night. Animals like a yak, polar bear, white fox, silver fox, mountain goat, Siberian husky dog, and snow leopard are found in snowy regions. Looking at the adaptation in animals of snowy regions, you will observe that these animals mostly have a white silver body color and the body is protected with long thick hair on the skin. The white color helps them to hide themselves among the white snow, and the long thick hair prevents the strong cold from affecting their body. So their body remains protected from the severe cold because of these long thick hair. Adaptation in aerial animals. Aerial, the ones which can fly in the air, are said to be aerial. The spindle shaped body of birds also minimizes the resistance of air while flying. Same like the fish, how they have a spindle shaped, boat shaped body. In the similar manner, the birds also have a boat shaped or a spindle shaped body, and this shape helps them to minimize the resistance of air and fly easily through the air. With hollow bones, a body covering of feathers, and modification of four legs into wings, their body is light in weight and adapted for flying. Their bones are hollow. The body is covered with feathers and their four legs are converted into wings. These characteristics make their body light, and because of the light weight, they can fly easily. Similarly, insects are also aerial animals. The body of insects is also light in weight and tapers at both ends. Even they have a spindle shaped body. They can fly with two pairs of wings and walk with stick like legs. Six stick like legs. Bats can fly with the help of patagium. Patagium is a thin fold of skin between their forelegs and hind legs. Their forelegs and hind legs are connected with a thin fold of skin which is called as patagium. It is not the wing of the bat. It looks like a wing, but it is not a wing. It is a thin fold of skin which connects its front legs with the back legs, or the forelegs with the hind legs. That is called as the patagium, and this patagium helps the bat to fly. Coming to the adaptation in reptiles. Animals like house lizard, garden lizard, crocodile use their muscles for creeping. So they cannot walk directly on their legs. They use the lower portion of their body to creep on the floor or creep on the surface and move forward. In this, their muscles help them. Similarly, they show adaptations in skin and soles of feet, body color, etc. For example, the house lizard and monitor lizards have clawed toes similar to that of a carnivorous animals and thin soles, whereas snakes have scaly skin. They have got scales on their body. Considering the adaptation for food in animals, animals are generally categorized as herbivores, carnivores, and also omnivores. Herbivores are those animals which eat plant material. Carnivores are those animals that eat the flesh of other animals, including insects, and omnivores are those animals which can eat both plant material as well as animal flesh, including insects. The detailed discussion about the food habits of animals will be discussed in the lesson on nutrition. Here we are only considering the general idea of herbivores and carnivores. A detailed discussion will be taken up later when we discuss nutrition in living organisms. Now let's discuss an important adaptation in animals for blending with the surroundings. We cannot easily spot colorful butterflies, lizards, and grasshoppers. They get camouflaged amidst grasses, parts of plants like stem, leaves, flowers, etc. This is called as camouflage. Ability of the animals to adjust according to the change in color in their surroundings is called as camouflage. That is because their colors blend with those of their surroundings. This adaptation protects these animals from their predators. Animals who may come and hunt them can be fooled by using this camouflaging adaptation. You will not be able to identify them easily when they are in the grass or on the plant or on the stem or on the leaf. You have to observe it carefully. So their predators, the other animals who eat them, will not identify them easily and they can be protected from their enemies. That's all for today. In today's presentation, we have discussed about adaptation in animals. Thank you.